Hey, this is Tobin with AZ Off Grid. Welcome back. It is Saturday, March 11th, just after 10 in the morning. We're back up at the property. Got back up here yesterday, and I gotta say the road getting up here was a disaster. The worst I've seen it. Not muddy, but the aftermath of a muddy road. So it was pretty bad. But we got up here, no issues really, and it's beautiful out here right now. It's like 60 degrees, the wind's blowing. It's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, nothing. It's perfect. This is what I love about this place up here. It's like a perfect day right here. Okay, so I went and checked on my trees over here, and they all survived except for I think one of them. There's an apple tree just back there I planted, and it didn't make it. But all the rest have little bitty buds starting on them. They're gonna probably produce leaves here in the next month, so that's good. I had planted some trees back here last year. I think I've mentioned them in the past video. They didn't make it. They were, what do you call it? Giant sequoias. I don't know why they didn't make it. They were here for probably 6 months. Nice and green. Never really seemed to grow at all while they were here, but they were just nice and green, and they were doing just fine for about 6 months, and then, well, actually this one looks like it's still alive. It looks like it's starting some new growth there on top, but it looks like it's dead, but it's not. Sorry guys. Try to do this with one hand. Yep, it's still alive. The other one, however, which is over there, is definitely dead. He's a crispy critter. So, and then back behind my camp here, I planted a couple of Aleppo pines back in December, and that was a nightmare with all the mud and snow. But they're looking really good. In fact, one of them I didn't get to put one of these little cages around, and it's still there. No animals ate it up like I thought they would. So that's good. My walnut trees that I planted back there, the real small ones, they look like they're still alive. There's no buds on them yet, but the stalk is still green-ish, so I think they're going to be all right. One of my pecan trees that I started from seed, it didn't make it. It looks like it, but the rest look like they're still alive and they've got little buds on them. What else? Okay, so the top on my, Harbor Freight carport, 10x17. This thing, on my last video when I was up here, it's done. It split right across the top cross member there, and then every one of these right here, well, I guess there's only two, but it split. It like almost made a perfect pattern cut. I don't know if you can see it, but anyways, the front looks really good still. The back, my fault, because I put stuff right next to it, and eventually, with all the wind up here, it's going to wear a hole in it like it did the chair, and I don't know what I had right here, but let's see. wasn't expecting it, but my neighbor's up here right now, and I went over and talked to him yesterday, and I said, you know, you can't buy those tops. You can't buy those anywhere. You have to buy the whole thing, the frame and everything. You know, that's kind of a bummer. So he said, well, I actually have one of those in my shed here, and we're going to keep the frame because we're going to put metal roofing on it, which he's done to a couple others that he has over at his property. He reinforces them and then he puts the metal roofing on. He said you could have the top and the front and the back. So he gave it to me. It's all right there. I couldn't believe it. He just said, here, you can have it. So it's nice to have really cool neighbors. I've definitely got to get him back now. So, okay, what are we doing here this weekend? Well, I came up here for one because I haven't really been up here in the last 2.5 months. I was really missing this place. There's a little bit of snow on that peak way back there in the background. I just wanted to come up here and, you know, see my property, look at different things, trees. And I mentioned in a past video that I was going to get a cell phone signal booster. Well, I bought one, and I'm going to set it up today. I'm going to try to set it up. I mean, the problem is right here where I'm at, where my camp is, I have like 1 bar on my phone. But when you go to the northeast corner of my property, which is that way, it's slightly uphill, and I get 4G up there. So the signal booster is supposed to take your 1 or 2 bars and potentially boost it all the way up to 5 bars, and even possibly give you data service. So I don't have a pole to mount it on right now. I'm just gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna attach it, but I'm gonna attach it to something out here and see if I can point it towards the tower, which is right out that way over those trees. There's a valley down there. It goes all the way down towards town. I want to see if that'll work. And if not, when I come back up here in a couple of weeks, I'll bring I don't know, a 20 or 30 foot pole, mount it somewhere out here, and attach the antenna to that. Anyways, that's what we're doing here this weekend. We're going to go home tomorrow morning, and I'll be back up here in 2 weeks. I'll get back with you guys a little bit later. I might even do an unboxing of the cell phone signal booster. Okay, so stay with me. Okay guys, it's Saturday. I believe it's the 11th, and it's 5 p.m. Alright, so I think I mentioned in my very first video that I'm not your typical off-gridder. I mean, obviously I'm not off-grid, I don't live here, but I'm not a minimalist. Okay, I like having all the comforts of home out here. And well, either way, what I ended up doing was I got some satellite TV up here, so it'll make the nights a little nicer, I think, when we're stuck inside the trailer bored, or when it's pouring rain out here and we can't go outside. It'll give me something to do besides sitting there wishing I wasn't here. So okay, as I said earlier, I might do an unboxing of my cell phone signal booster, and this is what I ended up with. It's called the WeBoost. This is the Home 4G. So it's not your travel kit, it's the one you put in your home. They say it'll boost the signal into, like, I don't know, a very large room or a small house, I guess. But this is what I ended up with. It wasn't cheap. They are fairly expensive. Whoops. I'm opening this the wrong way. Okay, so inside the box, there's bugs flying all over the place here. And it's called the WeBoost Connect 4G. So, alright, there's the manual. This goes inside your house, inside your trailer, your cabin, whatever. This mounts inside, and it has to be mounted in the direction away from your outside antenna. So if my outside antenna is pointing in that direction, which I think it's going to be, this has to be pointing in that direction. It can't be pointing towards each other. This is a little hub that everything comes together in. And this little tab you peel off here. Take that off. Okay, so you have your power in. And I don't know which end is which yet. I'll figure it out when I look at the directions, but you can mount this on a wall or up in a cabinet somewhere, wherever you want. Oh, there it is right there. It says right here, outside, inside. So the outside antenna, you go ahead and mount it, angle it towards your nearest cell tower, the cell tower that your cell phone receives service from. Right now mine happens to be Verizon. That may change here in the near future. But anyways, the tower isn't too far from here. It's probably about, I don't know, 13 miles away. And it's downhill from here. But I have these trees to contend with, so I'm going to try to mount it. I don't know, I'm thinking about mounting the antenna somewhere up there at the top of the battery room. It's not quite above the trees, but it's higher up than I am right now. So I'm thinking somewhere that way. And I can't see the sun shining right in my face. I might have to get a pole, 20-foot pole or so, and go up a little higher. But we're going to try this for now. So anyways, back to the box. So anyways, this is a little hub right here. Once you get it all connected, here's your power port. It does have to be powered. You want all of these 4 little bars here to light up green. If they're red, it's no go. So it's packaged pretty good. I like how it's packaged. This is the outside antenna. It's pretty big. It is a directional antenna, and it has to be pointed like this towards your tower. WeBoost is also Wilson Electronics. Yeah, that phone will just not. There we go. There's the model number, everything, the frequency, gain, whatever that means. I'm not really into radio transmissions, but there's the antenna that goes outside. You have to get a little mounting kit. Actually, it comes with the bracket to mount it, but then you have to get the part that mounts it to a pole, which I did go ahead and buy. It doesn't come with the kit, so what else do we have in here? We have the power supply, pretty typical power supply, and more hardware. Well, I guess this does come with something to mount it to a pole. Huh. Okay, it's a little different than what I purchased. That apparently others buy with this kit, but I think that's about it for this box. So let me get this all set up, and I'll get back with you and let you know if it's a pass or fail. I don't expect to get the greatest quality signal right now because I think those trees are going to be in my way. And if you know anything about radio transmissions, which I don't know much, but it's all pretty much line of sight. So if you can't see through it, your signal's going to be blocked somewhat. So I'll get back with you guys just a little bit. Take care. Stay with me. Okay, I lied. Underneath this last tray that was at the bottom, neatly packed in there is a bunch of coax cable. Looks like we have this long one here, I don't know, 25 or 50 foot. And then this one right here. I've got a couple of these actually. Just a thin little deal to slide it in between things. And then you have two here that are connected with a double male. The cable's not a big deal for me. If I don't have enough here, I actually make my own coax cables with the ends on them. I used to install cable a long time ago, so we used to make our own cable out on the job, so it's not a big deal for me. The cable's not very cheap, but when you buy it in a big roll, but I've got some at home laying around. Anyways, let me get back to setting this up, and I'll get back with you in a minute. Alright guys, this is what I came up with for now. It's probably temporary, but I'm going to try it out. I have a few of these chain link fence poles laying around that I was going to use in my future solar power projects. They've been sitting there for 6 months, and I might as well use one. So I'm going to use this pole, and over here on the battery room, I built this little stand on the side here, and I'm going to mount that pole to that stand, and then I'm going to mount the antenna at the top of the pole. And if I get good enough signal and it works, great. I'll dig a little ditch here on a conduit and put my cable inside the conduit. So that's what I have for right now. I'm running out of daylight. It's going to be dark probably in about 30 minutes. So it's time for dinner. See you guys later. Okay guys, well, I'm definitely not at the off-grid property. Unfortunately, I ran out of time with the cell signal booster, and I was not able to finish it. So this will be a to be continued. I will be back up there in about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and I will finish it then, along with many other things I'm going to be doing while I'm up there. And hopefully the next video I post will be uploaded from my property, which I've never been able to do because there's no internet up there right now. So if everything works out, it will be uploaded from the property because I will have good cell service from the cell signal booster. If not, then I did something wrong. I'm sure it's not the booster because it has really good reviews. So started some more seeds here. What do we have? Peas, zucchini. What else did we do? Serrano peppers and okra. Never done okra before, so it's ought to be interesting. All right, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you on the next one.